the tree had thousand canker disease, which was fatal. And as much as we didn't want to lose the tree, we just thought the next phase that made sense was to have it go on in furnishings and a way to appreciate it. The whole history of this region is going to have a strong connection to this tree. So we didn't want to see it just rot and die.
Walnut trees, especially on the West Coast, have been hit hard by disease over the last few years, especially the thousand cankers disease. Thousand cankers disease is basically a fungal infection that starves the tree from the top down, so it keeps nutrients from reaching the branches. As far as we know, there's no cure. Oftentimes when trees show signs or show symptoms, it's fatal. It'll take 3 or 4 years before the tree dies. You know, at the beginning, I think I was just so excited that we had an opportunity to work with the tree. I didn't actually think through the logistics of what it would take to get it out. So once that part hit, I realized, oh wow, this thing is too big to even travel down the road. Our solution was to rip the tree in half. So we went down the crotch to the top of the tree and then we cut it directly in half. Even then, it was still too big to pick up all at once, so we had to pick up one end at a time, set it on the truck, then grab it from the other end, and then scoot it onto the truck. One of the coolest parts about big old slabs like this is that you can look at the slab and you can tell what happened. You can look at the growth rings and see if it was a dry year or if there was lots of moisture. You can tell when the storms hit. So when you're looking at a slab like this, you're not just looking at a big piece of wood, it's telling you the story of its life. So the history of the tree is actually, it's interesting. Luther Burbank first developed this hybrid species of walnut back in the 1870s. So it's a cross between Claro walnut, which is native to Northern California, and American black walnut, which is native to the East Coast or the Midwest. This hybrid is called royal walnut, and royal walnut grows faster than almost any walnut species, but at the same time, mysteriously, it's more dense. That's part of the reason why, obviously, it grew so fast and is the largest walnut tree in the world. The tree was 8.5 feet wide at the waist, so it was actually 103 inches wide at the waist, and then it flared out to 16 feet at the crotch. And then 16 feet at the bottom. So some of the slabs that we have are just shy of 9 feet wide and over 16 feet long. Historically, trees that come from people's yards have always been chopped up, typically for firewood or just disposed of. So saving something like this is incredibly important to us, but it's also unique in that people get a chance to own a piece of history. So you get to say, this came from the largest walnut tree in the world, which is pretty cool.